Do, 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 do. Right. Okay, I think we're all good here. What happened here? Disable offline. Am I offline? This is interesting. Okay, no. Hello, how's it going? That was super weird. I think we're connected. Alright, everything seems alright. Little hiccup, I think, but I think we're all good. There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back. Chair is not working, but okie dokie. Yeah, we were working on this last time, and it was for the prompt of deal for Inktober, which, you know, technically is over, but I don't really care. I need to finish it. If anyone would like a quick sketch or anything like that, we can do that for a warm-up. Otherwise, I'll jump right in. Because I think I put all the actual lines down. Yeah. All right. I put most of everything in there last time, so we're good there, I think. Clean that up a little bit. Yeah, I got a little bit rushed. Not the cleanest. Right here. All right, let's see. That back in there. Strengthen that one. All right, yeah, we just need to clean this up a smidge for sure. All right, so yeah, I was really rushing at the end of the last stream to try and get these lines down. These are not clean. Turn that down. Okay. cool. All right, so that's fine. This is kind of where all the action is, so we're going to need to try and make sure this is clean. Basically, you want to kind of make sure the focal points are the cleanest parts, and the parts farther away you can get less detailed and less clean. It's really just kind of a rule of thumb. You don't have to follow that exactly, but you know, if you want to save time in your work, you put the effort into the focal points, and as you radiate away from that, you can kind of get less and less detailed and less clean, and no one's really gonna know or care, I guess, technically. All right, so I think we can merge those now. That should be fine. Or no, I think I want those to be separate. Yeah, we'll leave those separate. Okay, so put in a new layer here. All right. Cool. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is that. Good. Okay, cool. And should get in here a little bit and just try and get all those spots that are hollow or empty. I don't, yeah, however you want to say that. That spot right there. Did I get that over? Yes, I did. Okay. Cool. All right, I think that is all. I mean, I could try and get this. That is a big space that it has created, but that's fine. Can adjust it after. Cool. And we want to invert that, make that. Okay. So then kind of lock these down. I want to do normally I would do a black outline, but I think we're gonna go with brown. Let's see. Is that the one I think? Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and throw down. Oh, yep. Probably should have separated with the other one. Okay. So, not ideal, but we'll kind of roll with it. The only some of the crystal lines are separated. Shocker. It happens. Oh, look at this. And then none of them are separated on this one, which is fine. I don't really mind that. Okay, and then we want the crystal one, and we're gonna go. Deeper red. All right. I don't think I'm really gonna do anything with this part, but we'll still throw it down just because. All right, let's get in here. Just that. Okay. So here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Not a big deal. I just want it to be a little bit clean. Okay. I mean, it is like a relatively close color anyway, so it's not a huge deal. No, that needs. Oh, no. Yeah, I wish I had kept these on an entirely separate layer. That would have been very helpful. And I could technically still go back and do that if I wanted to, but there's not too much overlap happening, so I'm just gonna ignore it, essentially. Okay, that's fine. So let's grab this brown again and just kind of fix a couple spots. Some of these are just going to be on separate layer. Nope. That needs to, okay, let's see. Like certain parts are just going to have to be done on that other layer because put them on that layer. No, that one's not that one needs to be. I forget this kind of blends even though it's just a paint brush one, it still blends it. Okay, so we're on the crystal. We need, okay, some of this. Yeah. What's happening here? Okay, that's good, but I mean, why is it not doing that there? That is why. Duh. so some of this obviously is on that base. Okay. This right here needs to go here. Okay. Nope. Okay. I think that's all pretty clean now. Back that up. Cool. Now we are on the black color part of this, which is always fun. So for the wood, let's just knock that out first because that's probably the easiest part. I'm gonna go kind of a little reddish with the wood. Bump that up. Actually, no. I'm gonna go reddish because then it takes away from. Yeah, let's go a little bit darker. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we need to go more brown. That's the problem when you've already picked a color. Or here. You could readjust the color. Okay, that's not too bad. I think I'll roll with that for now, at least. gonna do anything. Okay. All right, well, we've it out. I don't know. Anyway, I really. Okay, let's get back to this. I'm not really trying to play this game with kick, but we'll see. Hopefully it just, they leave me alone. Okay. What? That's right there. I don't understand how it misses so many little bits. Alright, let's get in here. Let's change the color of this part. Go. Gonna be a pretty bright red, yeah. That's pretty accurate. This is gonna be the base color. Okay, let's get in here. So this is the time where I try to be a little bit more precise with my color. That's not. Okay, so right here, yes. But I'm gonna leave that one open. All right. Okay, and that, and that, and that, and that. Jeez, man, there's so many spots that need to be fixed. I think it was because I was using the brush rather than the pen, so it was blending. But man, I need to fix all that. That's fun. And the interesting thing about this crystal is it is shiny, but it doesn't look incredibly shiny. It's a little bit more that side of crystals, at least. Second. Okay, I think that better. Apologies. Didn't want to blow anyone's speakers or anything like that. Had to sneeze. So. Let's see. Or hurt anyone's ears if they're wearing headphones or whatever. Alright. Apologies. Do. Okay, so there, yeah, we do need to clean some stuff up. But even this does some blending, it seems. Not a lot, but it does some. Okay, so there's a couple spots that I need to remove. From the mask that I put together here. I'm gonna separate that. I'm gonna put that gap right there because I like the idea of there being a gap right there. I think I'll put one right there as well. We'll look at it in a second, see how I feel about it, but right now there is a gap there. I think that'll add a little bit more to the design. It's nice to have some like nooks and crannies and stuff like that. All right. And there's a bit that needs to be adjusted in the lines. I think I leave that open right there too, so that's another small little spot. So let's go over here, back. No, I have to use the eraser. Okay, that's fine too. Bust that little section out. That section. This little guy here. That one here. Yeah, I think that really kind of adds to the natural look. All right, so let's go to lines here. To do this, to just hit that. This one. Here. All right. So it's kind of just going through right now. That's making my lines less purple in certain spots for whatever reason that happened. there is no reason other than it was purple before, and I was using a brush that blends. So we can bump the size of the brush up a little bit. Now, this is a pen, so it doesn't blend so much. It's a lot more solid. It blends a little bit, but not the brush I was actually using before. All right, that should be fine. Adjust the size of this, shrink it down, and go to the crystal. Push that back there. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I didn't do that one. Oops. So that's on the lines. Oh, so that should be fine. Again, because I used the brush, these are a lot more brown. They should have been. All right. Okay, so we're going through and just kind of redoing some of this, which always happens anyway, so it's not a big deal. But it's one of those things. All right. So just going through and adjusting the lines. Okay, so what I want to do here, that. There's certain ones where it just still need to go back and erase this little section here. Okie dokie, I think that's kind of all of that. Now go back in here. Truly do not know. Some things seem to be wrong there. Oh yeah, that's just erasing, which is fine, but not what I had intended to do. Okay, so that's kind of all of that. That's good. Lines real quick. What's that guy? Here. I'm gonna do that. That. Here, why is that? That's because that is just not painted in. Fun stuff. All right. So let's see. We need to erase this out here. Yeah, see a little spot where it's slightly off color. Don't know why. Okay. Zoom out. That's cool. Yeah, I guess I should probably. Yeah. Why not? Zoom in here real quick. I'm just gonna throw down. Okay. Oh yeah, not super important to have this one be real accurate. It's the kind of zoomed out look, so not incredibly important for it to be dead on accurate here. Just want to get some of this in here. I think that right there was okay. That's fine. Okay. Cool. Back it up. Boop. Okay. Do, 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 do. Okay. All right, let's see. I think that's good enough. Now we can kind of go grab this, go a little bit lighter. That's like a little bit smaller on the brush size, I guess. Yep. Just to give it kind of somewhat of a wood grain. Nothing crazy, but something. Doesn't have to be obvious, it could be a little subtle. Okay, actually that part right there should probably be... Okay, these two might need to be part of the cluster. Yeah, they should be part of the cluster. That's bloop, 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 bloop. More sense right there. Up there is fine, right there is fine. There, is okay. That's fine too. Does make sense. Alright. Cool. We've got somewhat of a really, really vague kind of wood texture, which is great. Brush. Throw in a little bit smaller, darker streaks. gives it a little bit more like a wood grain feel. You can kind of see a little bit more of the lines. There's variation in the color. Okay. Cool. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, not worried about that. Nature does weird stuff all the time. Cool. 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 Now, grab that color there. Kind of in between. So it needs to be a little darker. Do I need to go to the pen? Yeah, let's just do the pen, I guess. This has kind of like a marbled texture to it. Do this, and then I'll go back with the brush and kind of go through and mix a little bit, blend it. Hopefully I'm not getting a little too crazy with this. Brush. Yeah, it's not too bad. You do want some that are kind of more solid and obvious. Fine. That gets a little funky. All right. Do. It's too bad. I think that gives it kind of a marble look to it. It's more of a marble look. There. Yeah, that's fine. And then we can add brighter bit. We don't want it to be. Nope, that's not. Okay. A little bit more. Go a little bit more. Yeah. That's not too bad. Alright, let's hit the edges. Actually, that shouldn't be on this layer. So let's back that off. Pop the. Undo that. We'll duplicate the layer and delete it. Duplicate. And. Okay. So now I still have the mask. And I can do what I want. Yeah, actually, but that's fine. I'm going to change the layer blending mode so it will be fine. Okay. Okay. Let's see how this all goes. Throw this down here. Okay. I think that maybe all of those at this point. So let's change the screen and then overlay, light, hard light, and there. closest, I think, to what I'm kind of trying to go for. And we can kind of hit one of these with really light. All right. And that just kind of gives us a little bit of a shine and a look, like a bit more. A bit more of a blast that whole side there. I think. And go in, space that out, but don't like it. And we're gonna hit this edge here. All right, that's better. We'll kind of throw in that. Yeah, I think that helps. Okay, so we can zoom out. That kind of gives it the right look. Now, I would like to do I think I need to do is do this. Yes. Copy paste. We're going to move that. Nope. I forgot to change the name of that. So that up this beneath everything. Over here. Okay, so then now we need to move. Okay, so yeah, we want to put it like right next to it. Okay. Yes. Leave that there, and let's go here. And actually, lines, yes. Let's go to lines. Grab that. We're going to shrink it a little bit and slide it over. that gives us enough room. Grab this guy and slide it over. And we're just going to shrink it a smidge. Cool. Pretty happy with that. So yeah, these two are going to be side by side. We're going to kind of adjust for how it works. What I want to do here. So what I want to do is that we want to leave at 0. That's fine. I'm going to drop the saturation down. And drop the saturation. Okay. Even go to like 15. All right, that's fine. Great. Okay, that is at the top of. There we go. So the idea being, when it is unused, it is somewhat pale and frail. But once you've made a deal, and you essentially, I don't know, feed it, it gets its life back, its color and everything. So. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I don't even think we really need the crystal. And that, because we have it over here, that's kind of the whole thing. I just did this to place it, so I can absolutely just delete that. That's fine. Alright, so we can do that. Add that. Yeah. Okay. Go here. Let's see. That again. Yeah. Probably do 5. That's probably fine. Cool. And here, what I should do, go to my pen, grab red, here's my brush, in here. brush. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I think that kind of gets that point across. Cool. Let's see. Here, let's. Oops. Do that. Let's do that. That's what I meant. I like having a sketch behind it on these. It just makes it feel a little bit more real. I want to change the color for the paper. Okay, so I'm just going adjust it again. A little bit warmer, a little bit darker for this, and then a layer in here. Got my pen. Purple. Ooh. Smooth. That's it. Okay, let's. Okay. So let's do. this bit here. And delete that. No. That. There we go. Write that a smidge. No. No. Yeah, okay, that's correct. Okay. Blood venomous staff. Man, that always makes me feel. Okay. Interesting. Ooh. I like that. How the heck? Yeah, we'll just call it starved. don't mind that. Fine. Yeah. Okay. Apologize. What? Made it. Apologize again. Something rude. Yeah. Look at this. Oh. Okay, so we'll kind of throw that in there. Interesting when you're trying to spell something that's so simple, looks wrong. I don't know why. Okay. Ba. Okay. remotely looking. Okay. Over here. All right. Well, that's really good. I don't know if anyone has any requests or anything like that. I could do a quick sketch. If not, I think I'll just call it early. I think this one kind of came out nice. All right. Bloop, bloop. That would help if I did that. Cool. I should probably put that in there too. Do this part here. Okay, and then unlock that, shrink that back down 15. so we're gonna zoom out here. That's pretty cool stuff. Guess we could go to these, lock that, and I do like purple, but for this. Matching things. Okay, let's grab this. Just gonna really pushing that. I didn't think this would take that much. Alright. Okay, so we're good here. I'm going to call it a stream for today. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too boring to sit here and watch me do nothing for parts of it. Again, I apologize. But we have a good stream. I finished it. Happy with the look. I think it's nice. My handwriting could be better for sure, but I think it's at least somewhat readable. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll see you guys next time. And if you want to follow all of my drawings and whatnot, you can do that on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, Kara, Tumblr, lots and lots of places. At Zann20 for all of those. And if you missed a stream and you want to see what you missed, or you want to go back and watch old stuff or whatever, you can find every live stream I've ever done on YouTube under the lives, and it is at Zann20 for that as well. And just look for the avatar, this face right here that you're looking at. For all of my social medias, you'll find this. So it should be easy to identify. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever, wherever. Appreciate it, all of it. And yeah.